niin pystyt laittamaan jätä hakemus ja sitten pystyt myöhemmin täydentämään sitä.
No niin, se on.
Sillä mä jotenkin oletin, että nyt se on niin kuin varmasti systeemissä ja sitten sille tuli vielä niin
friends, my name is Pekka Abrahamsson. I'm professor here at the StartupLab, IT faculty, University of Jyväskylä. It's my pleasure to welcome you to our monthly event called Open Pitch Friday. And as we do this every month, the idea is to build a platform for students, faculty, staff who is interested in entrepreneurial activities to share their ideas in open and publicly to gain feedback, help, and also ideas how to go future, what to do in the future, as well as find like-minded people, have a nice chat and a cup of coffee with us. Today, we are guaranteed to have one wonderful pitch to be presented. It will be done by a great mind. His name is Joonas Himmanen. And Joonas, without further ado, I would like to invite you on the stand. So the stage is yours.
Okay, so my name is Joonas Himmanen and I'm presenting my company Duality. And what we are here to solve, what kind of problem is that when you are at your home office, at work, or somewhere where you have your bigger computer set up, your desktop might look something like this, or maybe something like this, or maybe even like this. Hopefully not. But anyway, just one problem that when you go on a work trip or you are at the meeting, your setup might look something like this. Yeah, you might like your keyboard on your laptop. You might bring a wireless mouse, but you cannot bring your screen with you because they are big. They need external power. But we have a solution, and it is attachable screen for a laptop, which can be plugged in with USB and HDMI, and you don't need any external power. So, what kind of features we have? We will have two different kinds of models. First is Slide Basic, and then this Slide Pro. Much the difference is Slide Pro has a better quality screen, but both are extremely usable. And this one here is a Slide Pro. So the reason why we decided to go with the top screen instead of side screen is because of weight, sleekness, and also the price. Because if we would have made a side screen, it would have been twice as expensive, as you can see from our competitors later. So we have done market analysis, and many people working in the IT field are using dual monitor setups, or even more than two. And 45% of Finnish people are doing some kind of remote working. And yeah, there has been many successful similar products already by some competitors, but there has been some issues for sure. But anyway, business model is pretty much just to sell the screen and make profit from the selling the screen. But this is also a chance for selling the idea to other manufacturers. Also, the target customer segments are remote workers, IT professionals, IT enthusiasts, and students who just like stuff. But yeah, there are different types of competitors like Pixels, Mobile Pixels Duo, Slide and Joy. Some of them are fine, but they all have problems like the price is almost twice as much as our price, and like Mobile Pixels Duo, the machine is actually kind of heavy, so it does cause some stress to your laptop. But anyway, timeline for our product. We have had the idea, we have made a proof of concept product, and we now have a prototype. Now we are looking forward to do some test marketing and see how people like the product, and then finalize the product and then start selling it in the full. But yeah, currently the team is just me, but I'm looking for some people who know about business and have a sense in accounting and so on, because I'm a designer but not really a number person. But yeah, what's next? We are going to finalize the design, seek some funding, whether that's just crowdfunding or take a bank loan or find a investor, and then to create 10 to 50 test units to sell and to market. So yeah, and some initial marketing by maybe getting contacts from companies, sending some units to influencers like on YouTube, Facebook, and so on. But yeah, thank you.
All right, I think that was splendid presentation. I come to the other side, and I can start with my first question, and then let the audience step in. How much does this weigh, your prototype?
It is about 350 grams.
And is that, considering the competition, is that heavy or light or similar?
That is at least half, if not more, of the weight of most of the competitors. Like the Slide and Joy is 1.5 kilograms, and it doesn't actually stand on its own. It has to have kind of, well, not really a stand, but some support on the back.
Slide and Joy doesn't sound very joyful if it weighs 1.5 kilograms, because like double of the computer size.
Yeah.
Well, I think that we are looking at the audience for questions and comments, and go ahead.
About the sales price, you were saying that you can do it half the price of the competition. Or
Yes.
Why is your product so much cheaper?
So the basic model will be around 100 euros. Might change a little bit, maybe a bit higher or lower. The reason is that for the initial product, it will be a handmade product because it's easier to scale if the thing doesn't catch on, but we can still manage to produce the units, even if they are initially not too much interest. But of course, if there are like thousands of orders, we can still make it. But because it's made in a simple way, but simple but efficient way, it is possible to make it that cheap. Also, because the parts we are using, we have calculated that it will be possible to make it that cheap.
So how much does this model, the prototype, cost?
This model will cost 150 euros. This is the Slide Pro model, and the difference.
And the production cost now?
Yeah, production cost for this unit is around 70 to 100 euros. Of course, when you make more, it's easier to scale and buy in bulk, which will bring the price even lower. So it could be possible to sell the Pro unit even cheaper than 150.
Was the implementation of the technology straightforward?
Pretty much. There has been several different kind of prototypes. First prototype was this side screen, but that had problems with the weight and also with development, because it would have needed different kinds of parts. It would have been more expensive one.
You're looking for, I mean, the audience here and in the world don't see how it's implemented. I have the ability to actually look behind. So are you thinking about patent? Is there something patentable here?
There is. It's definitely something that can be patented. Once I have finalized the design, I will apply for a patent.
All right.
Please. We return a bit to the pricing discussion. It looks like your pricing decisions are pretty psychological. 99, 149. What is your distribution channels? Are you selling this straight to the customers, B2B?
the initial plan is to contact some companies and see if they're interested, and maybe go to trade shows and sell there. But the final plan is to launch a crowdfunding campaign on Indiegogo or Kickstarter.
Yeah, but long term, where would this be available?
Long term, well, the final plan is to make a crowdfunding campaign. But of course, after that, we will still produce and have our own website and maybe start selling on other channels. But the goal is to have a crowdfunding campaign.
Because I'm a bit worried about your pricing. You have the best product on the market, and you are taking seriously the money out of the equation.
It has been calculated that the cheaper unit will be less than 50 euros to make, and it will cost 100 euros. And I have calculated the labor and the parts. Of course, there will be taxes and so on, but it will be around 100, maybe 110.
With those figures that you showed, if your price goes up by 1%, how much does your profit go up?
It goes.
If your price goes up 1%, how much does your profit go up?
Or I help you a bit. I think that, like you showed in your very nice pitch deck, you're looking for people in the team, and you need somebody with the business background. And I think that you don't have to take all these decisions right now. I think you have ideated with the numbers, and you have shown quite concretely what can the production cost be. And now when we think to the future, the pricing, if you have the best in the market, then that can be shown in the price as well. And I think that's something that you will take further. But I was wondering that, everything is here. What prevents you to go to Kickstarter today?
Because I want to be absolutely sure that the design is something that can be used. It is very close, but it still needs some adjustments to the looks. But it is almost ready for the Kickstarter. But to answer your question, to answer your earlier question about the profits, you asked if the price raises 1%, the profit will be around 2% for the basic model, and the other model it will be around the same. Yep.
Just a quick question about how easy do you think it's to install? Like if I bought one and you send it to me by mail, how long would I take to install it?
At most 15 minutes. There will be clear instructions how you can install it. It will be attached with Velcro, so you can deattach it anytime you want.
Yeah. Do you think it's easier than the competitors in that regard, or?
Either easier or at least as easy as they are.
Yeah. Right.
And how will people who are watching this in the online or from recording or here at the audience, how can they contact you?
We currently have a Facebook. There's the link bit.li/slideface, and I'm currently updating the site and we'll upload some information later.
Ladies and gentlemen, Joonas Immonen, thank you so much. And unless we have other pitches coming from the audience, I think we can invite everyone to join us May 3rd when we have the next pitching session. Hopefully we have more people then. Thank you, Joonas. Well done. Bye-bye.